most of what you've been taught about body fat is based around the average man. Yeah, and I don't compare myself to the average man. All right, people act like 15% body fat is all of a sudden impressive. It's lean. Like, to me, 15% body fat is fat, guys. Yeah, it's soft. Like, it might be normal by today's standards, but today's standards is shit. Okay, today's standards is bloated. It's low energy. It's no visible abs, no structure, eating like a child and calling it balance. And I don't believe that, guys. Yeah, I think if you're a man who actually respects himself and actually takes himself seriously, like, you should be having a visible six-pack year round. Yeah, that should be the absolute standard, all right? Not because abs are everything, but abs are proof, okay? Abs are proof. Abs are proof of your lifestyle choices. They're proof of your discipline. They're proof that you can actually execute on a daily basis. Yeah, now for me personally, I like to stay anywhere from 8 to 12% body fat year round, all depending on which phase I'm in with my physique. And this is how I sort of see things from my perspective, guys. I see 12% body fat as the standard. Okay, it's respectable, guys. That is where you're lean. That is where you stop looking like the average man. You stop looking soft. Then you have 10% body fat. I see 10% body fat as the baseline. This is for serious men. This is where you actually look sharp. Your waist is tighter. Your clothes are just fitting different. And, you know, confidence is going up, guys. And then you have 8% body fat. Now, 8% body fat is the edge. Okay, this is where the psychos like to hover. This is where the veins are popping. You have that dry look, more separation, more respect of others. Like, I noticed the difference. Yeah, I noticed the difference between 8 and 10. Like, that level doesn't happen by accident. So in this video, I'm actually going to break down why today's body fat standards, in my opinion, are absolute bullshit. And why 12% should be the bare minimum. Okay, the bare standard, guys. And why 10% should be the year-round mark. And 8% is the edge if you're absolute psycho. And I'm also going to break down my roadmap that I take my elite clients through, all right, to get lean and stay lean and build lean tissue year round without treating fitness like some sort of temporary phase. Okay, now this is the problem, guys. In my opinion, society is getting soft. Yeah, it's full of fucking pussies. Like, if I say that politely, in all honesty, like, anything that you've been taught that is so-called normal is based around average. And I don't like average. All right, I think today's standards are fucked, guys. Like 15% body fat, getting called lean. Like, yes, it might be healthier than being completely obese, but it doesn't make it a standard, guys. Yeah, it doesn't make it a standard, okay? Like, you don't want to be living like the average man. If you clicked on this video, like, I don't think you should accept average at all. Yeah, the average man is not something you should be modeling your physique against. All right, don't compare yourself against the average Joe. Like, if you actually want to be different, if you actually want to stand out from the crowd and just no longer feel like a nobody, your standards need to rise. Yeah, they need to be completely different to everyone else around you. So for me personally, like I say, if I'm above 12, 13% body fat, in all honesty, I'm disgusted. All right, not because 12% is bad, but because I've been the soft version, I've been the puffy version, I've been this dirty, bulked up version of me, and I'm never going back. Yeah, like, I know what it feels like, guys. It feels like complete shit when you just look in the mirror and you're just disgraced by yourself. Like, I'm never going back. I'm never spilling over 13% body fat ever again. If you actually just get lean for the first time, you won't ever go back. That's the reality, guys. And like 13% body fat, that is near the end of a performance phase that I like to run for my clients, in all honesty. You know, me personally, I don't even like to go 13% body fat. I usually like to stay around 12. Yeah, you always want the abs showing, guys. Like, not because, like I say, abs are special, guys, but it just shows that you don't live like every other bloke. Yeah, that's just true. And obviously being lean literally changes how you see yourself, how you carry yourself. Yeah, like, your face just looks sharper, your clothes just look fucking good, and you're just on a different frequency, in all honesty, guys. You're on a different energy to everyone else around you. Yeah, you're just looking in the mirror and you're knowing that you're the fucking man. And men respect you, guys. You know, they know it takes the work. Yeah, women are going to notice you a lot more. You're going to stand out. You're going to have better standards in the women department. All right, you're no longer going to be chasing attention. You become the bloke who literally just walks in any room without even trying it, and they know that you're capable. It's that simple, guys. And the physique is proof, all right, before you even open your mouth. And I think there's this whole idea that getting lean is hard, all right? Like, getting lean is hard. And look, I'm not going to sit and say it's super fucking easy. But I tell you what's harder, guys, being fat and being depressed and hating and just walking around with no energy and no confidence, guys. That's a lot worse. Yeah, hating how you look in the mirror, hating how you feel in clothes. Like, you have to get up and look at your reflection in the mirror. It's that simple, guys. And if you're just looking in the mirror, knowing that you're letting yourself go, that's hard, guys. Like, don't get me wrong, staying lean, it takes discipline. It takes sacrifices. It takes saying no to certain things, guys. But being low energy and soft and just disappointing yourself year after year, that is a lot harder. Okay, you're paying the price either way, guys. Like, life is hard. That's the reality. All right, one route is going to build confidence. It's going to build respect. And the other route, it's going to build regret, guys. Like, and in my opinion, you only have one life. So just make sure you choose wisely. Like, that's an easy decision right there. Yeah, that is an easy decision. And I can say this because I've lived both sides. Okay, I've been skinny fat, guys, growing up. And just, like I say, no confidence, unathletic in school. No social skills. I didn't feel like the man. Yeah, and then lockdown came, 2019 lockdown, and I dirty bulked like an idiot, eating 4,000 calories a day and lifting 10 kg dumbbells and just not moving my body and, you know, training with no intensity. And I thought I was gaining and building all this tissue, guys, and I just got fat as fuck. Yeah, 20% body fat plus, puffy, soft, convincing myself that I was bulking when really I was just losing control. And then I've also gone the other way. I've gone, you know, crazy hybrid style. I've gone like a cardio machine on low food and trying to force leanness. You know, I used to hover around 7-8% year round, guys, and I never really set myself up properly. I was always just constantly from one extreme to the other. And then the shift came when I finally dropped my ego and I got a coach and I just stopped spinning wheels and built a proper system that just allowed me to see the world a lot differently. You know, I see fitness as a lifestyle, guys. I don't see it as some sort of phase, which a lot of people do. All right, like this video isn't for the guys who are looking for a quick fix to get in shape for holiday, guys. Like it's for the committed. It's for people who are committed to actually building a lifestyle that they actually respect. Yeah, and you know, being lean, it doesn't mean that you're starving. I think people think that 8 to 10% body fat, they think their dick's going to stop working. They think their hormones are going to actually absolutely crash. They're going to have absolutely no social life, no energy, no calories, like just all that bullshit, you know, endless amounts of cardio. And most people, they just diet like absolute idiots. Okay, they're slashing calories, they're living off White Monster and just doing all these extreme diets, guys. But being lean, it doesn't mean eating fuck all, right? That is absolute nonsense, guys. Like, it's about building the body properly. It's about getting your body in the green and just fueling it properly and earning the metabolism so you can actually stay lean and perform year round at a high level, you know, both mentally and physically. And before I get into my physique roadmap, like I say, which I take through with my clients, I just want to quickly break down the body fat hierarchy. All right, like I say, I've literally briefly touched on it, but like I say, 15% body fat is shit, guys. Yeah, it's not impressive. It's normal by today's standards, but it's still soft. Then obviously you have 12%, and you know, 12% is good. It's respectable. It's the standard that most guys shouldn't be spilling over. Yeah, it stops you looking soft. It shows that you train. It shows that you take care of yourself. But it's not that impressive, in my opinion. Yeah, it's not that extreme, guys. It's nothing insane, you know. And then you have 10% body fat. That is the baseline. I think that is the most sustainable body fat percentage for a lot of men, in my opinion, you know, for serious men. And I think a lot of people should live around this. This is what I usually like to live around for the most part, guys. Like, your face is going to look sharper. You look like you train. You just look like an absolute savage. You look like you hold yourself to a high standard. And this is where you can still perform at a super high level. Okay, a super high level, guys, and just build lean tissue year round if you're just set up properly. You know, it's perfectly normal. It's so fucking easy when you just build the right habits in place. it's very manageable. And then obviously you have 8% body fat. Now, 8% body fat is for the psychos, guys. Yeah, this is where veins are popping like fuck. This is the separation. I notice a huge difference between 10 and 8% body fat. You know, it's just another level. All right, more respect, guys. Like, this is where everything tightens in your relationships, in your everyday life. But again, it requires a lot more precision. Yeah, sensible social choices. You know, 8% body fat literally exposes your standards. Like, you ain't got anywhere to hide. It's that simple, guys. You need to be absolutely disciplined. You just need to be a disciplined executor. You don't need to be dick skin shredded year round. You don't need to be 6-7% body fat. But 8%, like I say, is a good starting range, especially if you're going into a performance phase. I usually like to get all my clients down to anywhere from 8 to 10% body fat when pushing tissue. It's that simple, guys. Like, you're not starving. You're not crashing your hormones or your health. And you're just going all fucking in. And it's a great feeling, guys. It's a great range. Like, especially if you've got social events coming up and photo shoots, you know, depending on your job, or maybe, like I say, even a holiday, guys, and you just want to look fucking like peeled to the bone for it. Yeah, like, in my opinion, it's quite easy to maintain. Again, you obviously, like, you might have to have breaks throughout the year, you know, for recovery reasons, like staying super lean for super long. It can be a little bit unsustainable, you know. It isn't the healthiest, guys. I used to be around 8% body fat, you know, for festivals and stuff like that. And it's a proper dry look. And like I say, you're not chasing women. You know, you got women coming up to you. You got guys high-fiving you because you just stand out and you just show. That is a look that, like, it shows respect, guys. Like, you just stand out. That is the full look. Yeah, you're not looking like the average bloke. All right, 8% body fat. It is a great fucking feeling, guys. All right, like, people can see through the discipline. They know that you live completely different. And like I say, the physique is proof. All right, so that is the body fat hierarchy. Now, guys, the first thing I actually want you to do is actually look at where you're at with your current body. Okay, now that I've ran you through them body fat percentages. Yeah, because the reason I bring this up, guys, like, the body fat hierarchy is very important. All right, not every man watching this instantly needs to go chasing that 8% body fat look. Yeah, like, where you're currently at with your physique, it all dictates where you're actually going to go next. Like, if you're carrying a lot of body fat right now, sat here watching this video, you need to be going into a diet phase. Like, you can't be bulking. You're just packing fat on top of fat. You need a clean canvas, you know. 10%, maybe sub 10% body fat would be ideal. Like, there's no need to be bulking, guys. Like, honestly, if you're anything above 10% body fat, you want to be getting yourself into a shredding phase. Like, this is a wake-up call. The reality is, I think a lot of people have more fat to lose than they actually realize. Now, also, if you're skinny fat watching this video and you haven't gone to the gym, just start going to the fucking gym. Like, you need to be prioritizing building muscle and just losing body fat intelligently. You know, you want to be getting yourself in some sort of recomp, you know, eating anywhere from around maintenance calories and just getting the structure in place. And just hitting the fucking gym, in all honesty. Like I say, you know, the training has to start becoming serious. Implement the nutrition just to let it become consistent, guys. But also, if you're carrying fuck all muscle right now and you're just a rake, yeah, you got nothing to play with, I would say stop trying to get peeled straight away. All right, like, if you're just some skinny little bloke, all that's going to happen is you're just going to end up a smaller version of yourself and you're just going to look like a rake with abs. Like, you would benefit from going in to performance phase, yeah? Building tissue, getting stronger, all right? Eating enough to actually train hard and stay anywhere between that, you know, like I say, 10 to 12% body fat mark. Like, we don't want to still be getting fat, guys, but you want to be prioritizing pushing tissue. But again, you could also be in decent shape right now. You could be 12% body fat watching this video, you know, maybe 13% body fat. In that case, in my opinion, you need to go psycho with it. Yeah, you need to tighten up on the nutrition. You need to get to 8% body fat, you know, 10% the baseline year round, guys, and you need to earn it. Okay, it's that simple, guys. Like, so establish where you're at currently, all right, with your physique, guys. Because the problem is most guys won't get there. That's the reality. Most guys will probably click off this video and think they know it all and, you know, be all fucking ego guys, and they will never get the physique that they actually want. And they'll just end up looking the same year after year. Okay, like, they think, like, they think they can just get away with going out, going out on the weekends, getting pissed, guys, and all of this, guys, and that's just not the way. Like, you need to actually be committed to a lifestyle. It's not about living like a monk, but you need to have some level of respect. Okay, like, you need to actually have some level of respect, guys. Like, I think people think they have to sacrifice their social life. That isn't the case. It's just about raising your standards. Or people think they need to build more size when actually they just need to get lean first, and they're going to look about 10 times better. They need to get a clean canvas first and then build. Okay, so like I say, establish where you're currently at with your physique. And I'm actually just going to now run you through the physique roadmap, okay, that I take through with all my clients inside my elite program. And this is just setting you up completely right. Yeah, and this is making sure that you have that lean year-round standard. Okay, now it's the 4-phase physique roadmap. And the first phase of this roadmap, guys, is the priming phase. Yeah, this is where you stop guessing. This is where we're getting everything back in the green and just building a good foundation. Again, we're going to prime your body, roughly maintenance, maybe slightly above maintenance, and just give you a good amount of food. I think a lot of people go straight into slashing calories, even like they go into coaching and they think straight away, oh, I'm going to be on fuck all calories, guys. No, we want to set your body up so it's responsive. So I like to run that phase from anywhere to 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, structured training, get that all in place, consistent food, protein target, the steps in, just get everything nice and responsive. Yeah, whole foods, obviously, guys, is non-negotiable. We're going to remove the chaos. Yeah, this phase is for the lads who are done with no structure, okay? Which is why most people fuck up today, guys. We actually just want to set ourselves up for success. Yeah, food can't be random. The training can't be random. The sleep can't be random. Like, we just need a good foundation, and we're going to assess that. And like I say, we run that from, 2 to 3 weeks, guys. But once we actually prime the body, it's just nice and responsive. And this is where we go into the dieting phase, which is going to be the case for most people that come into my elite program. Unless you're some fucking lean bean or something. Do you know what I mean? Like 10% body, 8 to 10% body fat already, guys. But we want to be going in to shredding phase. Yeah, like a proper fat loss phase. Not crash dieting, not on 1,500 calories, just a nice controlled deficit, keeping your protein high, keeping your training intensity high. And again, cardio needs to be nice and controlled here, not mentally taxing on the body, no weekend sabotage, all that shit's got to be cut, the pints and all that shit. It's all got to go, guys. Yeah, like, you need to wake the fuck up. The reality is that stuff does not make you feel good. Domino's pizza, pints, just get rid of it. Yeah, all the vices, get rid of it, guys. Like, the goal is to get a clean canvas. So 8 to 10% body fat is going to be ideal for most men because they think they need to bulk, guys. But you need to just stop hiding behind fat, guys. And like I say, the calories matters here. But calories alone, in my opinion, is not the full game. Okay, like, the macros matter so much when it comes to body composition. The food quality, digestion matters. Your food, your meal timing matters, guys. Your training output matters, okay? So when it comes to nutrition, I usually like to set it up. Protein is usually 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight, all right, depending on the person and the phase. And this doesn't change all throughout the diets, any phase that we're in, any of the 4 phases that we're in. And in terms of the fats and the carbs, I usually like to play around with it, depending on the client and their activity levels. Yeah, and that is how I set up, guys. Like I said, I have some people who are in office jobs and they're not as active, so they won't require as much carbs, guys. But for me personally, I'm a big fan of higher carbs in a diet, guys, especially in a diet phase. Yeah, like, I want to keep my performance as high as possible. I want to hold on to as much tissue as possible. So I usually like to give my clients, and myself, usually anywhere from 50 to 70 grams of fat. Yeah, right, for the average meal. Yeah, and then I'll just fill the rest of the remaining calories with the carbs. Yeah, it's that simple, guys. And again, when it comes to the food sources, 100-0 all around here, guys. Okay, whole foods at all times, 365 days of the year. I'm dead serious. Okay, clean eating isn't a diet, guys. We want to be eating, the meats, the seafood, the eggs, the dairy, the fruit, rice, potato, just good clean carbs, guys. We want to actually fuel ourselves properly. We're going to feel a lot better, and it's just going to lead to overall better look from a physique standpoint. And once we actually push through that reverse phase, yeah, we lean out, we just get fucking peeled to the bone. We're going to have better insulin sensitivity, better nutrient partitioning. So we're going to be able to do the reverse phase where obviously now we're pushing more food back up and just drive that extra food into the muscles as opposed into the fat storage, okay? Like I said, we need to get that phase correctly performed, okay? The reverse phase. This is where a lot of people actually fuck up on their diet and they just ruin it completely year after year. I used to diet down and then go on these all-inclusive holidays, guys, yeah? Like they get lean, like people get lean and then they just straight away go back to the old version of themselves. That is not the way, guys. Like I say, it is a lifestyle around here. That is why they end up rebounding, all right? Like we need to have lifestyle standards, all right? Now, guys, like seriously, we need to have lifestyle standards. So in this reverse phase, obviously we're gonna bring food back up, keeping the physique looking as tight as possible. Yeah, as lean, like just keeping the standard, increasing the food, small increments, usually in the form of carbs, week after week, just keeping your training performance hard. You know, your hormones are going to be a lot better, in a lot better position, more stabilized. And we're just going to monitor the look. Yeah, we're not going to panic. We're not going to binge. We're not going to go from discipline to an absolute disaster. This is where you just prove being lean is not some temporary phase. Okay, being lean is a year-round standard, guys. This is the ability. This is what allows you to actually stay lean. And over them next few weeks, then we will be able to enter a performance phase. Okay, this is where we're building as much tissue as possible. And this is obviously why we want to get as lean as possible, because I like to keep myself in that performance phase for as long as we possibly can, yeah, to build lean tissue. So why would we want to be starting at 12% body fat? Okay, we want to get leaner, yeah, so we can literally drive more food and stay in that phase a lot longer. And again, in that phase, I usually like to run maintenance or maybe in a slight surplus. So we're just literally putting on barely any body fat. Okay, we want to see a KPI of about 2.2 to 2.5 kg a week, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that compounded over time. Trust me, guys, that is a lot of tissue. Okay, the long game is the short game. It's about having the patience here. And again, your training performance is going to be a lot higher. Your recovery is going to be a lot better. You're just going to be building steady tissue year round. And we don't want to spill over that. You know, when we get to that 13% body fat mark, that's when we taper back in. Okay, we want to just taper back in. Like I say, if you've got no frame right now and you're watching this video, this is where you need to spend as much time as possible. You want to build a good frame. You want to build a good baseline. Yeah, build the strength up, guys. Just be operating like an absolute machine. Building muscle, you know, enough food to actually train hard, to train like an absolute psycho, while still staying obviously sharp and lean, guys. Like, and not depriving yourself with all this poverty calories, I should say. Okay, like the goal is to eat and perform and just be at the highest level possible and just constantly improving. And like I say, at the end of this performance phase, you're now going to be looking as full as a house. Okay, like I say, that is my 4-phase physique roadmap. And obviously, I briefly touched on it, but nutrition is key here, guys. And just standards, all right, these principles. Now, nutrition is very key. Like I say, it's not just about calories, it's about the macros. Yeah, that comes down to your overall body composition, and just whole foods are absolutely non-negotiable. You know, I actually give my clients a simple whole foods nutrition framework structure that they can just follow, and they just hit, and they build their meal plans around that. Yeah, like it's about the meal planning, guys. Yeah, I massively encourage all my clients to just build a simple meal plan, in all honesty, and just hit that and repeat. You know, follow their daily process, their PM process. But a meal plan is just going to remove that decision fatigue. Okay, the same meals, the same structure, the same standards. That's what I like to do year round, guys. I think, you know, Monday to Friday, you should be following a simple meal plan. Maybe flexible in that evening meal for some clients, I like to say, but I just think a meal plan is non-negotiable for a lot of people. I think it just gives you that clarity. And again, obviously, you can have them off-plan meals, but I'm the same with clothes now. You know, I wear the same shit every day, guys. In all honesty, my wardrobe is literally black top, white top, black top, white top. You know, white vest, black vest. Like literally, it just removes all that mental noise. Like I've literally just gone online and bought the same 5 black tops and the same 5 white tops, guys. Like, and I'm just not debating every morning. Like, it's just, like, I just want more decision on things that actually matter. Okay, like, in my opinion, you just want to remove that decision fatigue. It's going to give you a lot more clarity. So a meal plan is definitely a go-to. Like I said, I have a simple nutrition meal plan structure that I just give to all my clients, and they just build their meals around that. And I think it's very flexible, and you're just going to feel fucking good, guys. And it's just simple. Yeah, it's just simple. It's just about the clarity here. Okay, and people think staying lean means social restrictions. I want to quickly, briefly touch on that, guys. Like, no, all right? It's easy. It's easy to go out and enjoy yourself while staying lean. Like, the standards just need to be clear. Like, you still want to be getting the gym boxed off early doors in the morning. You still want to have a daily routine in place, you know, a morning routine, AM process where you're just getting clear on your North Star goals. And again, there's healthy options everywhere, okay? If you're going out to a restaurant with the missus, like, you can eat out and stay lean, all right? Opt for the healthy option. Eat like someone who actually respects himself. You can still travel and stay lean, all right? You can still go to events and choose not to drink. It's that simple, guys. Like, I think alcohol's retarded, me personally, guys. Like the issue isn't the events, all the social events. The issue is these events being a permission to literally drop your standards, okay? Like, every meal out doesn't need to become all of a sudden some binge. You don't need to be eating fucking pizza and all this shit, guys, and the sticky toffee pudding. Like, yeah, you might enjoy it in the moment, but it's just comfort, it's convenience, and you never really feel good after it. Me personally, when I go out, when I treat myself, I'm having a clean option. You know, the ribeye steaks, guys. And again, every weekend, it doesn't need to become a reset. I think a lot of people get caught up. They think they train hard Monday to Friday, and then they could go out on the weekends and eat whatever, and eat the Chinese, guys. No, it's a year-round standard, okay? It's lifestyle, guys. Yeah, it's lifestyle. Like, if every event is pulling you away from the man you need to be, maybe you need to just lock the fuck in and just go fucking psycho on your body. Okay, like, just lock in with the standards. And when it comes to physique, guys, I think with today's standards, with Instagram and stuff like that, I think a lot of people are chasing more size and they think bigger is better. Yeah, and I've actually touched on this a few times on this channel, but bigger's not better. Okay, like, if you keep chasing more size, if you keep chasing more fat and packing fat on top of fat, you're not going to get respected. You're not even going to get noticed, all right? You're just a fat little blob. But if you actually get lean enough, trust me, you will get a lot more notice. You know, most of them movie star physiques that you see in the movies, they aren't massive. Yeah, like, what's good examples? You know, Creed, Zac Efron, Baywatch, Ryan Reynolds, Blade. You know, like, these lean, sharp, athletic, masculine looks. That is the look that guys should be chasing, okay? Like, that is the look you should be chasing. And that's not going to happen by just becoming some bulky, bulked up bodybuilder. Like, you just want to actually look like a man who actually respects himself. And you might be sat here thinking that you don't think you can achieve that physique, okay? Like, you think you're not capable. Maybe you tried in the past, like, but I tell a lot of my clients, you need to have a mindset shift. I think the biggest thing I see for a lot of people is just the lack of self-belief today, in all honesty. Like, and that's what limits people with their goals, with their body and that. And it's sad, guys. Like, I think the biggest part of fitness is mindset, more so than the physical part. I think the physical part is easy. I think the training and the nutrition and all that sort of stuff is easy. But I think the mindset and the psychological side and just getting out your own way and having that self-belief is key. Yeah, it's key to building elite physique. And again, you just got to kill all social norms, all what's acceptable. Maybe your parents are telling you, oh, you're fine how you are. Your missus is telling you, you don't need to change and all of this, guys. I think change is very, very important. And I just think you need to stop comparing yourself to the average Joe. And you just need to be a psycho with execution, okay? Like, put the work in, the dedication, and just go all fucking in on your body, on the training, on the nutrition. Yeah, on the structure, on the standard, guys. Like, and then just think, like, when you walk in the room and you just finally feel noticed for the first time, it's a fucking great feeling, guys. You know, it's not vanity, it's just proof. Yeah, it's proof, guys. It's proof that you train like a man. It's proof that you eat like a man, that you live like a man. Yeah, that you walk like the man. Okay, so if you're stuck spinning wheels, if you're skinny fat, or you tried cutting, or you tried bulking, the simple reality is, guys, if you failed, you just had no structure in place. Yeah, and it's about dialing in on the structure, on the training, on the habits, and just aligning with that North Star version of you. And again, like I say, I hope you took some value from this video, guys. This is exactly what I do inside my elite program. Yeah, we build the body, we install the structure, we get lean, we stay lean, we build lean tissue. And we have our identity shift. We become the man that we actually respect. So I hope you took some value from this, guys. Like I say, comment below and shoot me a message over on It's a Charlie Crawley Fit. But I'm going to be pumping the videos out on here, guys. Yeah, we're going to build a fucking army on this platform. So stay lean and stay sharp, guys. Let's go.